What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Real Begins podcast. My podcast. Uh, this is like the fifth episode, I think. We've been going strong. I want to thank everybody for their support. On this podcast, we're trying to deter people from the streets. Not only just juveniles, young adults. Because I feel like if your child is around 16, it may be too late. And what I mean by too late, not too late to save them, but too late far as it may be already in their mind that that's what they're going to do. So you only can love them. But we're never going to give up. Don't never give up on your child. Never give up on your person. Now, if a person over 40 years old, they got to learn the hard way. I'm sorry. I can't sugarcoat. But on this episode, we're going to talk about the game. Got my notes again. What I mean the game, I mean that's what we call the streets, the game. But in actuality, the game is getting attached to made up expectations. That's what it is. You thinking it's gonna be one way, it's gonna be the other way. But in actuality, it's a trick. It's a game you can't win. It's like you selling your soul. It's like it's a trick. It tricks you off the street, tricks you off life, and it takes some people a long time to learn. Thank God it didn't take me my whole life to learn. Now, looking at my notes, the game will tell you the first rule you learn coming off the porch. And as you know, coming off the porch means when you first start running the streets, when you first start doing crime, or when you first start doing anything illegal. It means the number one thing you will learn is never snitch. Never snitch on your enemies. Never tell. You don't tell on yourself, your comrades, your enemies, or anybody. Now, this only pertains to people that's in the criminal life. Some people get this confused. An everyday citizen going to work, or a person that's not in the streets, or even a person, some people say the people that denounce the streets and are living a straight life now. Like me, I don't live the streets, but I still got morals. I could just never run to no police for anything. I'm sorry. I done seen them do too many dirty things. I done seen police. A friend of mine got killed. And I seen the police high-fiving each other. We got him. We did it. He's done. While his body lay cold on the streets. Well, I ain't gonna say a friend. I'm gonna say an associate. Yeah. South Orange Ave and 11th Street between 11th and what's that? 11th and 10th. Yeah, this is Newark, New Jersey. All my stories won't be in Newark, New Jersey, because I've been a lot of places. But yeah, that's the first thing you learn. Never snitch. Never tell. Not even on your enemies. If they kill you, kill your mama, kill your brothers, don't tell. Number 2, get money. Oh yeah, get money. I'm not going to always have a list in order. I'm just giving you a synopsis of things, how people that's in the street think, how we think. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the game, you're getting attached to made up expectations. You always chasing money. You always want that dollar. Man, when I first got that 500, then that 1,000, then that 15, then I went to New York, the 145th in Amsterdam, or I went to New York and got my own connect. It was nothing like that feeling. Then I got that ounce, then that 2 ounces. See, it's an adrenaline rush. You thinking in your mind, oh my goodness, I made it now. But when you're a 15-year-old kid and you going to New York on that train or that bus or that limo cab, we used to take limo cabs in my day. You go in that limo cab and you take that limo cab up there and you get off and you go in the stores and talk to Poppy and they take you in that back room and that door slide, that hidden wall come out, you think you done made it. You think you done made it. But once you take that step into that life, I hate to say this, it's hard to get out. It's hard. I struggled for years. I kept saying, one day I'm going to stop. And then next thing you know, I was 20. One day I'm going to stop. 25. And it goes on and on and on. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. I grew up in the 80s like a lot of people did. We coming up into the 80s. You know what I'm saying? So we know what the crack epidemic was. We know. Me in Jersey, it was heroin, it was coke, powder, you know. You learn, don't get high. Never get high. Yeah, you always hear people say, don't get high on your own supply. That's a myth. Let me tell you why that's a myth. Well, number one, there are people that don't get high. I don't get high. I don't drink. I don't smoke weed. Now, with that being said, we're not going to sit here like I'm an angel, because if I was an angel, I wouldn't have had a podcast telling you about this stuff. I tried to smoke cigarettes in school. That didn't work out. I tried to drink. That didn't work out. And the reason why that didn't work out is because I got health issues. I don't like the taste. I just don't like it. And I remember when I was about, I'm going to say 16, and my man Damien Dunstan, he's dead now, so that's why I said his name like that. And I got a lot of stories coming about Damien. How we was thick as thieves, how we fell out, all type of stuff. But that's later. He used to always say, man, you don't never drink, man. I think you the police. So that got me to take a drink, because I didn't want nobody to think I was the police. I got violence is part of the game. Believe it or not, I'm going to tell you something that I learned. The softest dudes, the weakest dudes, they will have money. They get all the money for sure. They get a lot of money. But they don't be violent enough. So eventually they get extorted. They get crushed. You know? And I got to tell you, like I said, I told myself a long time ago, I was not going to be a sheep. I was going to be a wolf. And I was violent. You owe me $5? I'm crushing you. You don't pay on time? I'm crushing you. Because they also got a rule, don't get credit. But that's bull crap, because I used to get credit. Stack your money. And the reason why this is a rule is because if you don't stack your money, what you're going to do, as many of us has done, when you get locked up. Now, fortunate for me, I had a great run. And I hate to say it like that, but that's what it is. What I mean by a great run, I didn't really catch drug charges. You know what I mean? Paraphernalia, stuff like that. My vice was the violence. Aggravated assault on a police officer. Terrorist threats. Shootings. Guns. My vice was my anger, my attitude. And I still have that anger and attitude. What comes with the game? Women. It's amazing how, if you're an ugly person, or what people consider ugly, because I don't like to call people ugly. If you consider that, all of a sudden the women don't care. You get all the accoutrements. I learned that word watching the DVD, y'all. Accoutrements. But anyway, yeah, you get all the accoutrements that come with the streets. Women, 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 and if I ain't forget, women. If you're a man, or if you're a woman. Number 10, jail/prison. It comes with the game. And like I said, I wasn't catching drug charges and stuff. I was catching assault charges, attempted charges, attempted assault, attempted murder, stabbing, terrorist threats, all type of stuff. That all comes with the game. So, you young men and young women out there, y'all think this is a game for real. Y'all think this is something that play. This ain't play. Let me tell you something. I know y'all out there, you got your Glocks with the switches, you got your your knives, you got your gangs. How about this? When you running around in that street with your gang, whatever your gang is, I'm not a gang member too, by the way. Never had. But I have friends that's gang members, high ranking gang members. But you running around with your gang members and you're banging and you're doing that and you're jumping people, you're shooting people. When you're in jail, when you're in prison, what's gonna happen then? When you gotta go in that cell one on one and they say go get your banger. Your banger is that knife. Huh? When somebody put some food on your bed and you eat that food thinking it was free and they wanna rape you. See, I'm not here to scare you straight. I'm not here for that. I don't do that. I'm here to tell you the truth, what happens. You're going to make money. You're going to do your thing. Some of you going to die. Some of you going to go to prison forever. Some of you going to do time 40, 50 years before you get out the game. Some of you ain't going to make it out the game. Some of you going to become terrorists in the game. Some of you going to be stick-up kids. You know what I'm saying? All that other stuff, that rape it, that grape. We got to say grape. We can't say, because I'm on YouTube too and I don't want to get penalized. But all that crimes against women, they hurt you in prison for that. Say you locked up for beating your baby mother. They hurt you for that. You know why? Because they can't see their kids. They can't see their baby mama. They can't see their mother. I'm telling you, the game is getting attached to made up expectations. Remember I said never snitch? Now I ain't gonna tell you what to do. I'm just gonna tell you the consequences. When you snitch on somebody and you agreed to be in the game with them, and you agreed to run the streets with them, you agreed to rob that bank with them, you agreed to steal that car with them, you agreed to hustle that pack with them, huh? Whether you in Newark, on South on Jave, Prince Street, Edison, Eeltown, which is East Orange, New Jersey, whether you in Raleigh, North Carolina, whether you in Colorado, New Mexico, I'm naming places I've been. You know what I'm saying? Alaska. Let me tell you something. It's more lax today because people are accepting snitches. But let me tell you something. Somebody will kill you over there. Somebody will take your life for telling. They'll take your life for telling. Remember when you was a kid and your mama said stop being a tattletale? They take your life for that. You get caught. Let me give you an example. Like I used to get my son. You riding in your friend's car. You don't know it's not his car. Your friend tell you never seen him with a car. You 16, he's 16. You 17, he's 17. Your friend tell you gonna go in the bank and go in his bank account and get some money. You don't even question it. It ain't ringing in your mind. He don't got a bank account. He goes in the bank, robs the bank, sticks it up, shoot a couple people. You don't hear none of that. You parked out front. He come out, get in the car normal, drive off. Y'all driving. Y'all don't even see police. Y'all don't even get chased or nothing. You stop at a light and get surrounded by auto task force or robbery homicide. You get locked up. You ain't worried about it. You telling the police, I ain't had nothing to do with it. Let me tell you what the police gonna do. They don't care that you didn't know. They don't care that you got in that car and they know it was stolen. They don't care that your friend went in the bank and stole it. They're gonna charge you. You're gonna go to prison. Period, point blank. So I'm not gonna sit here and keep sugarcoating. My first couple episodes, I was sugarcoating it for y'all, trying to get y'all get the feel. But some of y'all gonna get offended. Some of your parents gonna get offended. I'm just telling you what's gonna happen. And remember, I said the rule number one, you learn, never snitch. The craziest thing of it is, your friend in the room saying you did it. It was your plan. Even get him evidence on you. He left a pistol, a map in your house, something like that. Ain't that crazy? You see these fake expectations. You see them? They fake. That's crazy. Or the big man on a totem pole on a drug thing. He said, never tell, never tell. The kingpin gets locked up and tell on everybody. You see this? But you a gangster though. You gonna go do 20, 30 years and come home, you gonna be the man. You ain't never told. You a standing up G. Now listen to me, because I don't want y'all to get confused. I'm not telling you to tell on nobody or don't tell on nobody. Now the morals I live by and when I ran the streets, I didn't tell on nobody. And I live by that now. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to no police. And it's hard to get out your system. But what I'm telling you is, it's a fake expectation. If you think everybody gonna live by that code, you gotta live by what your moral compass is. I live by the code because I was brought up in the code. My daddy a G, I'm a G. You see what I'm saying? It'll throw me off to do anything less. And it's sad because I see it was fake expectations, but it's so embedded in my brain, so embedded in my head, I don't know how to turn it off. Just like I don't know how to turn the violence off. Do you know if you're arguing with me or you talking crazy, I think how I can hurt you. That's crazy. That's not normal, right? Say me and you talking crazy. I might say, all right, I don't say nothing. You might turn your back, I might hit you. Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? My friends always just tell me, they say, you sneaky boy. I'm gonna tell you something else. If you're in a gang, the gang is first. See, I never could be in a gang for a couple reasons. First reason is, most of my friends are bloods. And then I got family that's Crips. I got family that's bloods. No, I got a few people I know that's I consider family they bloods, but I got family that's Crips. I got friends that's bloods. People I grew up with, a lot of them are bloods. The people I was in the youth house with at the time, growing up, it wasn't no bloods and Crips and none of that then. But they later on became top gang members. Those were still my friends. So I could never do that. Number two, I always felt like gangs are bullies. You know what I'm saying? I got a story I'm gonna tell y'all at another time, how blood stabbed me in the face. And the police came to the hospital after I was almost dead. They brought me back to life. They found the guy, but he ended up getting killed. And they was questioning me. I'm in the hospital. Well, actually, I was out the hospital, healing up. He disappeared. It didn't have nothing to do with me. I ain't do nothing to him, but, you know. But if you're in a gang, the gang is first. Your mama ain't first. Your daddy ain't first. Your cousins ain't first. Nobody first. The gang. You got to play gang duels. You got to know your gang knowledge. You got to do whatever the gang say. If the gang say go jump him, you got to go jump him. You know what I'm saying? It's got a gang structure. You see what I'm saying? But remember this. When it's time to go to prison, and the gang go to prison, you got to go with them. Remember that. So that's one of the reasons, another reason why I was always hustling, getting money, doing my own thing. I knew I had a bad attitude. I knew that if I didn't agree to something they said, I won't doing it. And I know you can get disciplined or green lighted for that. So that's one of the reasons. But shout out to my mans that could stomach that. Now, number 4, it was like, once you take that step, that means once you take that step into the life, you in the life. You know what I mean? That's why I try to get parents to do, catch your kids before they're 15 and 16. And when I say that, when you're 15 and 16, you're already developing your mind. You're already a know-it-all. You don't want nobody to tell you nothing. If you didn't took that step and you over that threshold, you talking back to your parents or whoever your guardian is, and a lot of us like to make excuses. I live with my grandma. You should have been more respectable. Once you take that step, like I said, no sugarcoating. You in the streets now. You're going to have to learn the hard way. The hard way might be jail, prison, probation, Or it might be the ultimate hard way. You die. You're out of here. Sorry. Now, hopefully YouTube understands my podcast get a little graphic at times. Uh, Remember I said also, once you take that step, it's hard to go back. It is. Let me tell you something. When I came off the porch and I was doing my thing, after I was stealing cars, then I was hustling. Actually, it was a progression. It was stealing cars. Then the stealing cars turned into robbing people. Then the robbing people, some of my friends started robbing banks. Um, I was robbing people. Then that progresses to taking your cars to the chop shops. Then that progresses into hustling. The old heads told me, youngin, why you stealing cars, man? Get this money. You got leadership qualities. Everybody listen to you, and that was true. So I told my friends, hey, we about to switch it up and get money. They came with me to get money, but a lot of them didn't last. A lot of them didn't. They wanted for that. They wanted to do the stealing cars. But once you take that step, it's hard to go back. And let me tell you something, and it's the truth. I want y'all to listen to me. 16, 17, 20, I wanted to hustle. Never thought about quitting. 25, 30, never thought about quitting. I'm going to tell you when I thought about quitting. At first time I did try to quit. My daughter was born. I tried to walk away. I said, man, I got this little girl. I got to do right. But then when her mom started tripping and took out my life, I snapped. I was a lost cause again. Then when my son was born, I tried, but I couldn't leave it alone. I got 3 kids. I couldn't leave it alone. I had to keep doing it. I never thought about quitting until I got older. When I was in the courthouse and the judge was like, I'm gonna send you to baby boarding town. Well, they don't call it baby boarding town. We know it's baby boarding town, but it's Jamesburg for juveniles. Everybody that's in New Jersey know what Jamesburg is. Gladiator school for juveniles. We're gonna send you to not self boarding. That's projects. We're gonna send you to Jamesburg. We're gonna send you to Yarsville. All these places for young guys, young girls, young guys. I didn't stop thinking then. Even years later, when I got caught up in a bunch of shootings and stabbings, and they talking about sending me to prison and all this, not then. I'm gonna tell you when I really first started thinking about I need to stop. When I was in prison and they sent me a letter saying, if you can come and get your daughter, you got custody of her. My firstborn. And I couldn't come and get her because I was in prison. But I was a gangster. But I'm a G. But I'm known as a gangster. But I couldn't get my daughter. And you know what? My daughter hold that against me. Oh yeah, she talks to me. We talk. When we did talk, she said, why you ain't come and get me that time? They had me in the, took me from mom and had me in the foster care. And da-da-da. I couldn't. Got out and continued my hustling. Don't get high. Let me tell you why that's a made up expectation. Now there's a lot of hustlers that don't get high. I'm one of them. But I'm gonna say in my experience, the majority of them, they get high on something. Whether it's drugs, weed. See, I didn't even smoke weed. You see what I'm saying? So I thought all of it was a drug. My vice was, I started early. So I started hustling before I started being with women. Think about that and let that sink in. You know how people say they love women? I love the game. How about that? I was a virgin and I was hustling. I was a late bloomer. Yeah. I was almost grown before I want this woman. I was like 19. I had a little girlfriend, childhood sweetheart. was in love with each other like crazy, but we ain't never doing anything. Think about that. Let that sink in. I was hustling, stealing cars, robbing people. Never been with a woman at the time. To 19. Remember that. I love the game more than a woman. Sad. That's very sad. Because in prison and jail, they take all that from you. All that from you. I said 7. Violence was part of it, right? It is. I robbed people. I stabbed people. I shot people. People shot at me. People shot me. Huh? I went to jail for terroristic threats. Aggravated assault on a police officer. Facing 20 years. That's a story in itself. I'll tell y'all that story one day. So when the guy that stabbed me did this, stabbed me in my face and cut me, in Jersey we call it a $1.50. I didn't get the full $1.50. I got a 75. Yeah, that was my fault. You know why it was my fault? Because he had the corner, and I'm talking about, yeah, I'm gonna rob this nigga, yo. I'm gonna get this nigga. I'm talking all loud, cocky, braggadocious, standing at the corner. Yeah, He just looked at me, kept talking on the phone. A day later, I don't even remember him. Walk up to me, whop. We start fighting. We getting it in. I won the fight. Can you believe that? Oh yeah, I'm a beast with them hands. I won the fight. Walked away with my man Rob. Dude jumped up in the car, left. I'm gonna tell y'all this whole full story another time. Walked away with my man Robert Jackson, he dead now. Another one of my homies is dead. Walked away with him, boom, passed out. When I woke up, I was on my way to University Hospital in South on Jazz. The same hospital my son was born in. Clear. He's dead. I woke up like, who dead? They were looking at me like, get him in surgery. You see this? That's part of the game, though. You want to be a gangster, right? You want to be the man. You want to rob people. You want to steal cars. You want to hustle. Do your thing, youngin'. Do your thing. So I'm going to talk to you different than your mom will talk to you or your dad. You're going to go to prison. Somebody might try to grape you. Are you? You know what that means. We on YouTube, so I got to be careful. And we on Spotify, but YouTube is strict. Huh? You a gang member. You a blood. You a Nieta. Huh? You a Latin king. You a gangster disciple. You a double I. You sex, money, and murder. Huh? You hit jail. You hit prison. You got to throw up your signs. Huh? Yeah. You ain't gonna be able to say then, I don't want to be in this. I don't want. No. You're a gangster. Them ain't stack money. You see what I'm getting at here? All this fake expectations. You stacking money. You get money. You get locked up. The money you say you got to bail out. You got to get a lawyer. You got to start over again. You get a car. You get a crib. You know what I'm saying? Unless you get big time. Unless you get the kingpin status. And listen. That's another thing. Everybody not gonna get that status. That's another fake expectation of the game. Oh, you're gonna hustle, you're gonna get the kingpin. Let me tell you something. And every people that know me can vouch for this. There was a time I ran South Orange Avenue, 10th Street. I ran that block. There was a time I was on Sussex Avenue, 5th. Them boys ain't like me over there. But I did my thing. It was a time I was in Raleigh, North Carolina, in Heritage Park, running it, pole projects, doing it, me and my brothers. It was a time I was in Denver, Colorado, running it, getting so much money, my own uncle was hating on me. That's crazy, right? Fake expectations. All that money, gone. Oh yeah, I was the man. I had people working for me. I don't got none of it now. Okay. I'm trying to tell you, it's a setup. It's a setup. It's a lie. It's something to get you in there. Follow these rules, but everybody don't follow the rules. If you got 10 people get locked up, maybe 2 of them be stand up. Now, if you really, really know your circle, you might luck up and get a couple more stand up dudes. You get number 2, you get money to lose money, or you get money to get robbed. Oh yeah, you get money to get robbed. On my next episode, that's what we're gonna talk about. First time I got robbed and what I thought. It's crazy, yo. The gang is first. I'm looking at my notes. Y'all see me looking down. The gang is first, but you not. You got to pay your dues. You got to put the gang first. You have to. But then when you get locked up, the gang don't come and bail you out. You get those rare situations where your gang is so tight, you and your homies, they bail you out. Because it's little sub cliques. You might be sex, money, murder, but it don't mean you sex, money, and murder from New York. You might have got sex, money, and murder from New Jersey or down south. You see what I'm saying? It's a dirty game, y'all. Number 4, nothing is impossible, but it is difficult. Meaning, you can achieve all your dreams in the streets. Or you can achieve all your dreams the right way. So I'm not going to tell you, go to school, get your education, please, please. No, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you not to run the streets. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen when you run the streets. Number 5, no expectation. Don't expect any good from anybody. It's an act. When somebody's good to you, good. Like when Jeff put me out on the block, he was good to me. I was like, dang, he gonna give me this money? I just sit there and he gonna send all the sales to me? Let me tell you what the expectation was. For me to hold them drugs, for me to take them charges. If the police run down, he don't got them on him. Yeah. They say stuff, but do the opposite. Oh yeah, they say stuff and do the opposite. Hey, I'm gonna get you a car, youngin. What you want? The Lexus? All right, go get your Honda Accord. Hey, I'm gonna look out for you if you get locked up, youngin. I got you. You get locked up, you don't hear from them. Hurt or be hurt. Period, point blank. If you're not willing to hurt nobody, what are you doing? Lawyer. I got number 8, lawyer, bail, and there's no retirement plan. See, everybody always got a thing about, I'm a retire. I'm just doing this. But let me tell you something. It's a lie. It's a myth. The game is fake. The game is not real. It's just what it said, a game. Getting attached to made up expectations. It's fake. It's not real. It's a facade. I'm telling you, I lived it. Thank God that I didn't have to do 30, 40 years in prison. Thank God that I had my mom praying for me, my aunts praying for me, my family. Thank God that I changed and I wanted to change. See, your mama can't change you. Your daddy can't change you. Nobody can change you but you. You got to want to change. Stop this game. The game is not real. It's not. It's not. I done been to jail. I done been to prison. I done been stabbed. I done been pronounced dead. I've been told, call your next of kin. You ain't gonna make it, son. I've been facing 20 years for assault on a police officer. I've been facing so much time, and I'm sitting there like this. I'm a gangster. I'm a gangster. I ain't even telling nothing. I'm a gangster, yo. Let me tell you how tough I was. I was gonna get this dude one time, Tyree. Shout out to Tyree. He know who he is. I got tired of him. He thought because he was an old head, he could just do whatever, say whatever. I remember I was hiding in the bushes. I said, I'm gonna pop him. As soon as he walked by. My dad happened to walk by. My dad a gangster. He happened to walk by. What the heck? What you doing? I told him what was up, what I was about to do. He said, can you do 10 years? Good, do it then. My dad keep it straight with me. He ain't sugarcoat me. He wasn't no parent that, oh, boo-hoo. No, he already knew I was in the streets. It was what it was. I said, I don't care. I can do 10 years, ain't nothing. Man, I was 19 at the time. Let me tell you how I think now. Nigga, I ain't trying to do 30 days. I ain't trying to do 2 years. I ain't trying to do 1 month. I ain't trying to leave these kids I got. I ain't trying to leave this job I got. I ain't trying to leave this situation I got. You understand? Listen to me. It's made up expectations. If y'all like this episode and you're looking at it on YouTube, like, subscribe, tell somebody about it. Let your kids sit down and listen to it. If you're on Spotify, follow the podcast, follow the channel. On the next episode, I'm going to talk about the first time I got robbed. Or a time I got robbed. It's part of the game. I hope I'm getting through to y'all. I'm new to this. Thank everybody for their support. I'm trying to find my podcast voice, meaning I'm trying to find my style, my motion. So I hope I ain't moving too much on camera. Y'all hear noise. I wrote notes. I don't even need notes. It's crazy, but they say it's better when you do it. So I'm BT. I'm your host. This The Real Begins. Thank you for your support. Thank you.